Hey y'all, you're listening
or watching Southern Chatter.
I'm Bucky.
And I'm Brandon, and welcome to another fun-filled episode.
Yeah, I mean, we are getting comfy. We just put Otto down for a nap. I'm so tired, but we said...
You're tired?
I am tired.
Oh.
But we said in our last podcast video that we were going to be doing this every week. And
you always make us say that.
I make you say it and then it doesn't happen.
Well,
because sometimes I do feel like you it's like pulling teeth.
What's my deal? What's always been my deal?
If I get it set up or something.
Mm-hmm. If you do all the front loading, the front work, then I'm there. And look what this is. And guess who did all the front work?
Yeah. But y'all, I still had to hear about the things that he was like, we get extra long charging cords because...
If y'all could see the setup in here, I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest.
So in our
last... I'm embarrassed.
Oh, hush.
There's a lamp. Okay, what we got in front of us, y'all?
Well, they can see this, probably.
Well, yeah, they can see that.
What they can see.
But we're recording this also, so if you're listening to this, you can also watch it on YouTube. So we're recording this on his phone, which is at the back, or the front of the room, I guess, technically. Then from the phone, which is on like a tripod... Then from the phone, it goes charging cord to a lamp that he took off of our nightstand in our bedroom. And then from the lamp, the lamp is just literally laid in a chair, not even standing upright, just pure laid. And then it's plugged into the wall.
Is anybody actually following along? I don't know. I got lost with all that.
That's the point. There's a phone to a lamp to the wall and a chair and a tripod. It's a lot going on, y'all.
But we're here.
We are here, and y'all, can I just say I'm so excited about something? Well, first of all, if you're new around here, I'm wearing some vintage Southern Snackers merch. Y'all, this is what started the YouTube channel way back in the day. I don't even know what year that was, to be honest. What year was that?
Honestly, it's been a while.
God. It was pre-pandemic.
I do think...
Right? Oh, absolutely.
I mean... And y'all, I will say that's obviously why we have the subscribers we have on this channel, because obviously our views don't match what our subscribers are, because a lot of those subscribers, obviously if you're watching this, you're not one of them, but a lot of those subscribers only subscribe to us because we were eating all kinds of food.
We were eating off the chain on camera too. Not that we don't still eat off the chain, we just don't film it anymore really.
I don't think, we do not eat off the chain like that.
Not like that. We don't eat like 20 chicken legs in 20 minutes. No. Which you can find on the channel, I think.
I think that is still the best video. I think that's the most viewed. I think we're almost at 100,000 on that.
Oh wow!
Which
y'all, it's funny because our like old food videos, they still get the engagement and things, and then
people will say, "I miss this," and I'm like, "I can't go back."
Commenting, being like, "Oh, I miss this. I miss these days." But we also used to go live a lot on YouTube, which we don't really do much anymore.
Speaking of that, that is a good transition.
That is a good transition.
So we went live on TikTok last night.
Yeah.
It was
on TikTok we're Southern Daddies.
Yeah. So we
have a lot of names.
You can find us. This is
Southern. But Southern is in every name we do have.
Mm-hmm. We are branded as Southern Chatter.
It's everything. We just want you to know we're Southern.
But we are putting Southern Chatter on the Southern Snackers YouTube channel.
Yes.
So Southern Snackers and Southern Chatter
are kind of
live at the same place on YouTube.
Yeah.
But we are Southern Chatter anywhere you find a podcast.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So like on Apple Music, Spotify kind of thing.
Yeah.
You got to do Southern Chatter.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're also Southern Daddies on YouTube, and that was supposed to be like vlogging life as two dads with a newborn, and y'all, that's hard. So there's not a lot of videos over there.
It just didn't really happen.
And it's like, am I just going to spend my time filming my son? You know what I mean?
I mean,
it's like sometimes I guess that could be cool. Like it'd be fun.
But then people also come for you on YouTube when you have your children involved.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about that. I could care.
People do.
But I could care less.
Like, I mean, didn't somebody comment one time being like, you remember that?
I don't know. That would never...
Somebody put a crazy comment on like TikTok or something about you exploiting your child for views, and it's like, for what?
I'm like, I'm not making any money. Everything we're doing right now...
Yeah.
When we were Southern Snackers, we were making money, but now we're not.
Now we just do it for fun.
We're not making any money. So I was like, how are we exploiting him? But the thing that I always tell people... And you have every right to not put your kids on any social media if you want, whatever, do whatever. But for me, it's kind of like a photo album that you would have as a
later
child growing up.
Yeah, later in life.
Like, we don't have photo albums anymore. So if
everything
that
is
is what social media
phone.
is. If every picture you post of your kid has a heart over their face, how are you going to know what they look like?
Well, but some people just care about the privacy of their children. And also some people who post with hearts over faces are people who wear
I'm not talking about like foster.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure we clarify.
Yes, so I'm not talking about like foster families. There's obviously like regulations.
Reasons why people do that are legal and
but
binding.
Ones that they're kids and they're like,
but it's like to each their own.
We're on a boat in Santorini and here's my kid with a heart over their face.
Yeah.
It's like they obviously just needed to post that picture to just... Like, what was really the point, though? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. We've been on like 5 tangents. Let's get back to the point.
What were we supposed to TikTok?
We went live on TikTok, and we've never been live on TikTok before. And y'all, it was a journey. It was really interesting.
It was confusing. I need to take a course on it. It's confusing.
It's like, it's not as simple as going live on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's things that people can like... And y'all, to be honest, we have not done the research.
No.
I've not even looked up anything about it.
And I'm still not going to.
Probably not.
I'm going to complain about it, I'm not going to research it.
People were like giving roses.
That could be a lot of money. We might have a lot of money on there or something.
I don't know that that's money. I literally don't know. That's the thing. And like, then it was funny because we were in the TikTok live for a little while and we had like maybe, I don't know, y'all, people were coming and going. But what is wild is that at one point it was like we got put somewhere.
It was like recommended or something.
It had to be because like it went from like 8 people watching us to like 200, and then it about 2 minutes later it went right back down to like 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
So it was weird. And you can't really see things as good. I mean, obviously you're on a phone, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, and just like us fitting both, like the logistics of us fitting both of our heads in like a little, because it's up and down.
Yeah, it's portrait.
It's like,
it's weird. I don't know. It was just weird.
I do like though.
But people did come. Like we had some throwbacks from like that we met a long time ago on YouTube who've been following us since Southern Snackers. They came and they're like, oh my god, it's good to see y'all. So that was fun to kind of like see them. But we sang there a little bit. We sang most of the time.
We got on there and did a live on there.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
YouTube like copyrights you for like doing like karaoke.
Yeah, for singing.
For copyrighted music.
Well, you really just can't monetize it, but
I think it kind of hurts your channel though too.
Oh, maybe. Oh,
like
probably.
It just doesn't recommend it as much. And then because we've kind of gotten into that a lot, so it was like
it was weird.
It was fun but interesting.
It was fun. It was not as fun as going live on YouTube.
We like conversations. We like people.
Yeah,
like
and also there weren't enough.
With us.
I mean, and that's another thing too. Like we actually do have I think we do have quite a few followers on TikTok, honestly. But again, it's different because what's funny about TikTok is like on YouTube, we got so many of our followers because we were like a mukbang channel. A mukbang channel. So like we were eating on camera. So like most of our people who follow us on YouTube like to watch us eat, and now that we don't do that, they're not really engaged anymore. And then on TikTok, what got us most of our followers on TikTok is that during like I think it was like during COVID, I did this thing where like I would like kind of lip sync or like do little dialogues from the Golden Girls that got kind of like a few of them kind of popped off and got like a lot of views, and we got a lot of
really good. You honestly should start doing that again.
Yeah, I mean, but there's only so many scenes you can do from the Golden Girls.
Yeah,
but
he got crazy with it too. He was going to the thrift store.
I was going to buy old lady clothes. It was fun.
When we moved,
I had clip-on earrings.
We had trash bags full.
Yeah,
they're still there.
I had big necklaces. I had clip-on earrings. I had a wig for every Golden Girl except for Blanche. With Blanche, I used my normal hair. But
oh yeah, you did.
Yeah,
he was honestly he was living his dream.
I was living my best life. But so what's funny is on TikTok then, that's how we got a lot of our subscribers there. So like. It's just interesting because like we have these people who like we have these channels with like a good amount of followers, but all the followers were like kind of mined through a very specific niche. And now we're just like you can say it either way. And now it's like now we're just us.
Well, we've also never really,
and so it's kind of funny
because then Southern Daddies is for just like that was always branded as like two gay dads having a baby.
Yeah.
So people only came for that.
So we don't really post content there
unless it's like
about the family
related.
How long has it been since we've even posted there? To be honest,
I think me and Otto going to the zoo.
Oh yeah, that wasn't that long ago. Anyway, y'all. So that's I don't know why we just went down that.
Yeah, where did that even...
It was honestly...
This was not... We have a list of items to talk
This
about.
was like a history lesson of our social media
presence. It was your
shirt. It was my shirt. You're right.
And speaking of your shirt and merch...
Just keep on snacking.
So, y'all... You're probably wondering, merch. Like, why is Bucky and... have this pink blanket? And
I bet everybody was wondering that. Y'all, if you're listening and not watching, Bucky has a big blanket on right now that is pink and white checkerboard.
And you're like, oh my god, that looks familiar. It looks like the backdrop of Just Trish. And
which sure is enough, a podcast by
Trisha Paytas and Oscar and Moses.
Yeah.
But this past week, they released their merch drop that they've been talking about. And it was a hoodie and then
I'm so glad you did not buy that hoodie.
Y'all.
You would have never wore that hoodie. It's like pink and blinged out.
That was the issue, and I wasn't gonna buy this.
But they were very size inclusive. What did you say they went up to?
Y'all, and this is okay. I gotta be careful. Okay,
why are you laughing?
This is I'm not laughing for what I'm about to say. No, I mean
you have to preface with no tea, no shade.
I think of all people, I'm not gonna be the one to talk bad about any size, but so Trisha. She released her hoodies, and I looked at the sizes, and when I looked, like right when the podcast came, she said it's active, it's live. I went on there because I wanted to see what it looked like because I want to support her. I feel like as a mom, she has grown, whatever your stances are. I know she's had like an interesting past and has been canceled. She's done some pretty...
Trisha Paytas has been canceled more than I think anybody else in the history of
and she's done some pretty bad stuff that she has obviously owned up to and apologized for. And I do think people do grow, and I think...
Oh, of course, yeah.
Especially with this podcast with Oscar and stuff, like you can tell they've already been going for over a year.
Yeah, it's a different vibe.
And she's a completely different...
I think she's honestly real.
Yeah, and
I think before it was a lot of
because she's getting views, not having to do like surprising content,
not having to be kind of like not doing like the shock value. But she also
has a daughter to like not embarrass.
I think she cares
and,
more now.
You obviously don't want to put out any content that could ever go back and hurt them as well. But anyways, back to that. So they basically released a hoodie and then this. I didn't love the hoodie. I would never wear it. It's cool. Like if you like pink, you would love it. I mean, I don't love pink, but I wanted to support them, and Brandon got this for me, so I was super happy. So I'm supporting it here on the podcast. But I logged in and looked at the sizes, and it goes from like small to 4XL. And then Trisha on her podcast, when she was like, they were just talking about the merch and stuff.
And wasn't she wearing one of the like bigger ones or something?
I think it was like a 2X, but it was like swallowing her whole.
But it was also like hanging off of her shoulder.
That's what
like
I'm saying.
She wanted like a shoulder moment.
And that's what she said. She was like, buy a size down from your normal size because they are oversized hoodies. Like if you want it to fit like snug and not loose and be like flowy, then you need to buy a size down because they're oversized. And I was like, a 4X. So that means that's actually a 5X person buying that. And
they were all sold out, right?
And that's where I was going. Not that that's like crazy. There's 5X people, but like the 4X sold out that fast. Stop.
I honestly think we should move on. To be honest, y'all, Sabrina Carpenter has new music, and it is so good.
Okay, I'm not talking bad about.
I know you're not. But I don't want people to think that
I have family that wear 4X. No, but I'm just saying,
you're like doing that thing where like I have gay friends.
But no, I'm just
I know
saying,
people who wear 5Xs. That's what you just. No, I didn't want people
all
to
I'm
think.
saying is I was just surprised. Even the larger sizes sold out like within.
Well, probably because they were all at some point they were all.
So you know what I'm thinking though is it's like these like small little people.
Yeah.
That just bought four eggs,
like 14-year-old girls that bought.
And just thinking of it's this blanket. It would look like this blanket.
But that people might like that. They might wear it like a blanket.
I mean,
or use it like a blanket. I don't know.
Oh God. Anyways,
well, y'all, Sabrina Carpenter has new music. Her new album, Short and Sweet, came out, and I'm like obsessed. Which is funny because
I brought you on tour.
Yeah, like Bucky actually really, really liked her, or like started to like her with her new music before I did. Before I kind of jumped on board, and then now, y'all, I'm so obsessed with this album. It is so good. Mm-hmm. If you've not listened to Sabrina Carpenter and you love like catchy pop music, definitely do it. The reason why I love it so much is because
this is stupid.
The songwriting is so good. It's like, the word I would use is like unserious, but like it's good. It's not like, I don't know how to say it. It's not like cheesy in like a bad way. It's cheesy in like such a good way. Like there are some lyrics that are like just like so funny. And I love it. And if you haven't seen the music video with Sabrina Carpenter and Jenna Ortega's in it, who's, you know, Wednesday Addams and from Scream, really the new Scream movies and all that, it's so good. And it's a riff on Death Becomes Her.
I know, that's the whole...
Which is like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. And musicals.
Well, yeah, and musicals now. That's a whole different story. But y'all, anyway, that to say, Sabrina Carpenter's new album is so good, and there's a lot of new music lately, and so I wanted to talk about another artist that is really up and coming, who I've really started to like.
She's already came.
Well, yeah, but I mean, she's having a moment for sure, and that's Chapel Roan, who I think her recent album is called The Rise and Fall of the Midwestern Princess, I believe is what it's called. It's so good. And her aesthetic is very interesting. If you don't know her music, I would say go listen to it too. It's very definitely that same kind of catchy pop vibe, but her voice is very different. I don't know. Anyway, I like it. Bucky is not a Chapel stan.
Well, I think it's one of those things where it's like,
you don't like her. You don't like her look.
Okay.
Right?
I don't judge people by their looks.
Well, no, but her like big, like the makeup and
what I don't love.
What don't you love? Tell us why you hate Chapel Roan.
So people have gotten canceled over this too.
Oh God! Don't say it then. Why are you gonna? What are you gonna say?
Can you do me a favor and I will talk about this, but you'll have to go in front of the camera and do it. Can you just look and make sure it's recording? I just got an overwhelming feeling that something is happening and this video is not happening.
Well, it's because you had to film in cinematic and you didn't listen to me.
Yeah, but okay, so my issues with Chapel is she is a great singer, she's a great artist, she's a great musician, and what's wrong?
It's recording.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
She's a great musician, everything. It's like one of those things where
focus is okay.
When people like love something so much, and it's like you almost want to be like, it's like not cool to like jump on board. It's almost like the cool thing to like hate on it.
Oh, so you're doing that?
Part of it was that, and then I saw her like Instagram Live or her TikTok or something she posted. And y'all, this just kind of like rubbed me the wrong way, and I completely understand what she was trying to say. I just think it was kind of worded pretty badly, talking like about fans and stuff coming up to her, and I'm like, girl, you were playing like little festivals to like 50 people just like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like you were nobody.
Well, she's like a superstar
struggling. And it wasn't like Sabrina Carpenter was huge, or like she has been big.
She's been building,
like she's
a long period of time.
But I'm saying like it wasn't just like a jump, crazy up. Like she's been there.
She's also been on tour with Taylor
But then it just kind of went even crazier, like within the past.
Well,
year.
her new album is like what?
So
like her new music.
Just something about that interview and her just like not loving people coming up to her and like talking to her, and just kind of like
she's basically just pointing out that now that she's so famous, her privacy is kind of in jeopardy now.
But just how she like posted that, it's like,
I get it.
That's something that you can maybe talk to like your friends about, and like
I think everybody kind of understands that. I feel like I do think it's interesting for like someone who has now achieved celebrity status so newly.
Yeah, I mean, girl,
to like
come
complain.
on.
I mean, I don't know that she was complaining about it.
She was complaining.
I mean, I guess. I think she was just more like telling fans like, please chill, like don't come up to me like we've been besties for like 17 years or something, because like I think that's kind of what she was saying.
But that's the thing about musicians.
I know,
and your
people
songs,
do feel that way.
They connect to your music, and that is why you write your music, and that's how you get fans.
Well, not necessarily.
No, you're writing your story, but it also connects. You got to understand, it's just with like the Blake Lively stuff. You're doing a movie that is going to connect with people that have dealt with those types of abuses and issues like that, and then you come over and you act like ha 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 giddy giddy over a serious topic, but like those types of people might want to talk to you or like connect with you on a deeper level about something, your art that you're promoting, that is making them feel a certain way, or like helping them, and they want to show their appreciation. And that's how you do it. How else are they supposed to do it? And so if they see you, that's just going to happen. Yeah, have your boundaries. If you're big enough, have a freaking bodyguard. But girl, you've been doing it for, come on.
But I feel like this
you are not
is
like
a bigger conversation.
I'm just saying, she's not Taylor. Like, calm down.
What I'm saying is, I think it's a bigger conversation, and people come at it with the assumption that everybody who is a musician and achieves that status, that's the driving force behind them doing it. Does that make sense?
I don't think everybody wants people to just bombard them at
dinner
or
but I
on
think
the streets.
That's what I'm saying. I think the assumption though is that, like, if you the dots are connected in a way that are, if you release music and you want to be an artist, then you clearly want to be famous. So then you just have to be grateful that you're famous and shut up about the challenges that come with that. Now, I'm not saying I agree with everything she said and that I agree with that statement, but I think that the root thing is that most people assume that everybody who is famous wanted that, and that was a driving force behind their artistry, when maybe that wasn't the case.
Well, maybe that's also why I think how she said it might not be exactly how she feels, and maybe she does feel more like what you're saying, like, hey, this has been like a struggle, like this has affected me, like, emotionally, this is my mental well-being,
not
just
prepared.
Like people, like, I went from 0 to 100 and this has been a lot. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But I think there was a better wording and a way to approach that.
But I think the people who were bothered by it, what I'm saying is,
we're on the fence, people.
Well, no, I think people who are bothered by it are the people who have that mindset of, you ask for this, and that's not the case.
I'm bothered by it, and that's not what I think. I was just bothered.
Well, I'm not saying this. I'm saying most people.
Yeah.
That's, if you read the comment, if you read,
like, ungrateful. She's ungrateful.
Yeah, she's ungrateful. You asked for this. What did you expect? And it's like, you're coming at it then with the assumption that she wanted to be famous and she wanted to experience these kinds of things.
And also, I didn't even want to talk about
famous,
her, and why is she taking up so much of this podcast?
I don't know.
Sabrina would never.
Well, no. She's a totally different vibe, though.
This also wasn't on our topics to talk about, but me and Brandon the other night, when Otto went to bed, Otto's our son, if you don't know, we started watching Hot Ones. And we kind of went down like a rabbit hole of literally just watching.
Well, we watched 2 back to back.
No, we watched more than that.
No, but I'm saying we watched the 2. We started with Ariana Grande.
Yeah, which, y'all, if y'all haven't watched that one,
it is
you should watch it, because she is so funny. She's always been like an interesting character.
She's in like, I think she's like still caught up in like Galinda.
Yeah, it was interesting because she did have like this, just like, she's always been like a bubblier person. I feel like a little bit.
See, I don't know.
She tried to go into like a sexy. Remember when she tried to be like sexy, like a whole sexy.
Maybe.
Like,
yeah, she did like that.
And it was like she just didn't.
What was that? She had that kind of sexy song. With,
it was when she was young too. I feel like that was early on.
I don't know. I feel like it was when she had that song with Nicki Minaj, and I'm remembering in like an awards show, there was a performance where she was like on like a workout bike and like being very sexual. Like what was this? What song was that?
I don't know, but
I can't think of it.
Anyway, so she was just so like very like Glinda, very like
talking up here like
very
like it was very like.
But you could see like towards the end, like when she got to the hot ones, her like demeanor.
Well, her voice changed.
Yeah,
her voice
got, like
deepened.
Deeper,
it got
But then her eyes, y'all, they were just.
Well, she's doe-eyed. You know, she's got those doughy eyes.
Okay, is
that
offensive?
I don't think that's offensive. What's that? What would that be? No, I think a doe is like bit like a baby deer, like a doe. Like their eyes are so big for their face. Like it's like a look.
Mm.
You know, she's got big eyes for her little face and body. So like, she's just like kind of big eyed.
You judge people's looks so
pretty
much.
I do. Anyway, so it was funny because we watched that one, and you know the whole time Ariana's like, ooh, you know, like, and then kind of changes the meters. But it was funny because then we watched Sabrina Carpenter. It just didn't seem
like she was like real. Like she wasn't like
in the beginning.
It was funny. It was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
It was very entertaining. But it wasn't like
TV.
You were with your friend.
No,
if you were with your friend, you'd be like, girl, like, come on. Like,
and then Sabrina Carpenter we watched right after that one, and it was like such a different vibe, and it was so funny. She brought like a milkshake, which like I guess the guy was like, "Oh my god, I love that you brought a milkshake! Like nobody's ever done that or something." And
I think some people have
like a chocolate milkshake or something. Anyway, it was just so the contrast of like her and Sabrina Carpenter was just very on the same show, eating the same exact wings and the same heat level and everything was just really interesting because like you can tell like Ariana like the whole time is it Ariana or Ariana?
It's Ariana.
Ariana. I can never get it right.
You can't even. Well, I ain't gonna go into that. But
what?
We're not gonna get political right now, so we're not gonna talk about it.
Okay.
But you just can't say people's names right. And it really bothers me.
Why would that be political?
Because you can't even say Kamala's name.
Oh, because sometimes it comes out Kamala.
And y'all,
it's an honest...
No, it is one of my... I hate it because I think people are just doing it now to be disrespectful.
But I can say Kamala. I mean, I can say it. It's just that
everybody can say it.
I know, but it's like that when I'm having conversations and like her name comes out of my mouth, sometimes it just comes out like Kamala. It's like a different accent. I don't know why. I can't really help it. It's not like I'm doing it on purpose or mean anything malicious by it at all. Anyway. Wow. Anyway, Ariana was all like bubbly and like weird in her episode, and Sabrina was like very...
Gosh, she was hilarious.
It was funny.
And then like when it started getting hot...
And she started like...
She started laughing. Like, it was like an awkward like laugh of like, you could just tell she was in pain.
She was like,
and she
what
just
have I done?
And like, he was still asking her questions.
Minute.
And she was like, can you please, like...
She was like, can you please stop asking me questions?
Well, she did say like, pause for a second.
Yeah, we need to pause.
But like, you just know like, she was buying time by doing like this awkward laugh every time too. Like...
Yeah.
It was just like,
it was such a funny laugh. I wish I...
And it was just
replicate it.
It was just so normal.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's like a normal girl. Like she would be friends, like, and funny story. Y'all, she came to Nelly's before she was a huge deal. And I wrote her off then.
Nobody knows what. You need to rephrase that because nobody knows what that means.
Okay. Oh, God.
A restaurant Bucky worked at hosted her.
So a backstory. So it's owned by the Jonas Brothers family called Nelly's Southern Kitchen. It has a location in Las Vegas and in Belmont,
North Carolina.
And surprise, we actually own part of the restaurant. I don't think we've ever said that on here. I don't know if we actually have.
I don't know.
But we are.
Are we allowed?
Oh God. Yeah.
I guess, right?
I don't know what we signed, honestly.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, we can say
Lord knows if it's not allowed, they're going to find us.
Yeah, we can say.
Yeah, we
but
can.
We
I don't know why I even said that.
Yeah, because you can. Yeah. Anyways, so we are partial owners, and back in the day before Sabrina,
And by partial, we mean partial.
I mean,
In the grand scope, we own a
to
very,
us,
very...
it was a lot of...
Well, yeah, but it's a very small piece of the pie.
But we started with...
I just wanted to clarify so people don't think we're just like...
But we got into it when it was just the Belmont location.
Yes.
When it, like, early on. And then they've expanded now, which has been...
Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
But anyway, so I was a manager there for a little bit. And I remember...
She had a show in Charlotte where I worked.
And Kevin...
Because I did marketing for the show.
Okay.
But it sold out like in one day, so I actually did not do any marketing. I sent a few emails and it sold out.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened.
Well, Kevin, who is the Jonas Brothers' dad, I remember getting like a text from him like saying, hey, this girl is coming. And I'm sure he said his name. I could probably find the text. Like, Sabrina Carpenter is coming, going to be there at this time, blah, blah, blah. Make sure everything is, like, good and set up and just, like, ready to go. And I was just like, because
it was like, it's this Disney girl.
I didn't...
At the time, she was
doing the Boy Meets Girl or Boy...
Is that what it is? Yeah, that's what...
I think that's what...
Boy Meets Girl or Girl Meets Boy.
Girl Meets World?
Boy
Meets Girl.
Girl Meets World.
Girl Meets World.
Whatever the sequel, whatever the follow up was.
And it was
to Boy
just
Meets
like
World.
I didn't know who it was. I like knew it was like Disney.
Yeah.
And y'all there like a lot of like people.
This was a long time ago.
This was like
what year, Ethan?
I found the picture recently. I would say I'd put it up, but I can't. I'm not gonna.
2016, 17.
Maybe.
Does that seem about right?
Maybe.
Anyway.
But yeah. So I was just like, like another one's coming because a lot of times because they have a lot of connections, obviously. So when people come through Charlotte, you know, they'll come there, and then Kevin will message me and just say so and so's coming. Make sure they're well taken care of. Blah blah blah. And so I usually get really excited because like I'll know them and then this one I was just like,
oh, you're like that other girl, the girl from. The girl that's in Pretty Little Liars now, right?
Which one?
The main girl in the
Bailey
Pretty Little Liars.
Madison.
Yeah, her.
Yeah, but I only knew her from. I was excited because I knew her from. What is the show I knew her from? She was like a little kid.
She was a little kid. She's been acting for a long time.
But
she was in a movie with I think she played the daughter of either Adam Sandler or Jennifer Aniston in that movie. It was
just
that. Go with it.
Yeah, and she always had those chubby cheeks.
Oh, she was such a cute little kid, and she still looks exactly the same, which is something.
Honestly,
she's still got those.
She's still got the cheeks,
like chipmunk,
like
kind of cheek vibe.
She's super like slim, and
but
the cheeks
face.
are.
It's like
the cheeks are cheeking.
She's got that. Yeah, she's got that face.
But anyways, yeah. So people are always coming in and out. Even like, who was that older guy that was? He's like a huge deal. What's his name?
The songwriter.
No, he's a singer.
Or the singer, yeah. Not Frankie Valli, but somebody similar.
But
Paul Anka?
No, I don't know that name. I don't know that name. But
Something
long
like
story
that.
short, people would come
Fortune
in.
Feimster and her mom would come in.
Now
all the time.
but they weren't like
Jeff and Jordan for Big Brother.
It was just Jordan and her dad.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Jordan's dad. This is like we'll save these for like another podcast because there's a lot of
Jordan's
stories.
brother I know still lives in.
But Jordan's dad came in. Jordan's dad came in by himself one time. We were talking.
Oh my god.
Blah blah
I remember
blah.
this.
It somehow
didn't he like give you her
up.
number or something?
Yeah,
weird?
got the contact for like the casting director
that's what it was.
Put them on the show, and then he told Jordan about me and about the restaurant and stuff. So then they came back, him and Jordan, when she was in town.
That's what it was.
And I talked to him there too, and got a picture.
That's
and
cool
everything.
that you met her though. I love her. She's a great Big Brother player.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but
how did we get here? Sabrina Carpenter came to Nelly's.
Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter.
I wrote her off, and
yeah, he was like, "Ooh, this little Disney girl."
And not long ago, afterwards, I told Brandon, I was like, I think I've met her.
Yeah.
And then, sure enough, I
But she
look
was
back
so
at pictures.
young at the time, I guess.
And she actually performed it. I mean, she performed there that night.
How old is she? I don't even know.
I don't know either. Probably, I would say like late 20s, 26.
Do you think she's that young?
Yeah.
Let me look it up. I'm curious.
I think she's probably... Up. I'm usually pretty good at ages, too.
You're going to guess...
I'm going to guess 26.
Okay.
Y'all, in this sunroom, because we're filming at dark, sometimes I'll look over and I will get terrified if I like...
She's 25.
Okay, I'm a year off.
May 11th. So she just turned 25 not long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes... I mean, I see that. That makes
sense. So
sense.
then when you met her, she was like
young.
16. 17. Yeah. 25, yeah. It's 2024.
I mean, she does look different. I think she's had some work done, too.
Do you think?
Yeah, she's had some work done.
Some filler or something?
Y'all, because her cheeks are cheeking, too. So I don't know. But, all right, we're going to move on from this because I don't know how long this... You can keep talking about whatever you're going to talk about. No, go ahead. But there is a big subject and topic that I want to talk about before we run out of time or before
what is it?
Anything happens. And it's probably going to be the title of this video. But we all know about the drama with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So that's kind of beating a dead horse. We know that's a week ago or whatever. You know, it's been happening. That's already kind of dying off. You've heard
old clips have resurfaced.
There's
of
no
her
need
being
for
kind
us
of
to
weird
dig
interviews.
into it too much more. Like, we just know she's not the nicest in interviews, and the whole drama between this new movie. Yeah, you've probably heard every podcast talk about it. But the thing that every podcast has not talked about is we're basically going to be neighbors with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, we're living right next door.
No, but they are moving
to Charlotte.
Supposedly, allegedly.
And supposedly, yeah. I mean, they bought a house in Charlotte.
So we heard about
they're remodeling it.
We heard about this a couple weeks ago, or a little over a week ago. That there were rumors that this was happening, and before it broke, news outlets were picking it up or anything. This was before that, because one of our friends just heard a rumor that this was happening, and they brought it up when we were all together, and we were like, "What?" And so all that was happening, and we were like, I don't know, like, is this true? Like, why would they be coming? That's weird. Here? And then a couple of days later, I'm a part of a real estate agent group on Facebook, and people were on there saying, "Hey, have heard that Blake and Ryan Reynolds are in Charlotte. They have gone to several private schools and toured them and looking to put their kids in them, and they have an agent here." And they were like, "Agent, stand up, tell us who you are," because it's all just real estate agents. And it's basically, if you're a real estate agent in North or South Carolina, you're probably a part of this group, because that's where every information about new listings and stuff. So it was just funny because they were like, "We know you're here. Come forward. Tell us who you are. Who here is working with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds?" So then that started. You
would think that somebody of their stature though would make a realtor sign an NDA.
Well, I think that they probably did, because then there's a long thread of stuff. So people have came out, and now let me.
Why did you just?
What?
I just like how you just said that. You said people have came out.
Well, because I have to pause here for a second, because then we get a message
from our
other friend who didn't know about our other friends a week ago talking about this. Who messages us and says she's in a mom's group on Facebook, and this is what they're talking about.
Basically, the moms in Charlotte are losing their minds about
saying
Blake
that they're
Lively,
going to be friends with them.
Because their kids are going to go to school around here, that kind of thing.
And
and can we just pause a second?
And that she was spotted in South Park recently, which I don't know if that's actually true, but
y'all, the fact
you're still never gonna see them.
But the fact that people get so like, yeah, it's like, I mean, if Beyonce moved to Charlotte,
I would be doing this.
You would?
Oh,
see, I feel like
I would not post on public social media.
Just because somebody,
I would do
would
this.
be excited.
I would do this with us.
Yeah,
or my
of course.
friends. I would be, oh my gosh.
But
going on like a public mommy group or real estate group.
Because the reality is, like, you live in the same city with people, like
there's
all
probably
the time.
bigger people that you don't even know about. 100%.
I mean, and there have been.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael Jordan lived in Charlotte for a long time. Like, the professional athletes that live in cities all across the nation.
And the people that come here and like film movies all the time that you don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're technically, it might be like 6 months out of the year.
But they're here for a while.
They're
like doing normal people things, like going to the mall and going to coffee shops. And
the TV shows that I worked on in Charlotte, I mean, they weren't as big of stars then. I mean, he's big now. But he would like just go, like he lived at Metro 808, that one next door, the Elizabeth
Square.
Yeah, he lived at Elizabeth Square right next to
which is in the Plaza Midwood neighborhood of Charlotte.
Which was beside where Emily actually lived. Because we can dox where she lived now. Because she don't live there anymore.
She don't live there no more.
But he would always walk down to the coffee shop. Like, I mean, he stayed in Plaza Midwood just like walking around.
And a lot of stuff does film in Charlotte. So, like, I mean,
it's picking
celebrities
back up.
Are in and out.
It died off for a while, but
I mean, the thing is though, what's funny though is that what I've read, right, where people are speculating, is that they're moving to Charlotte
to film. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's not what I've seen.
Oh, well, we're going to discuss it.
I've seen they're moving to Charlotte, or like speculation is to like get away from like the Hollywood machine and like have a more normal life. Because they also got married in Charleston, South Carolina. And I guess there's something about, I think it's Blake's family or something, that has like connection in like North South Carolina or something.
Well, you know, my last name is Reynolds. And when I was really skinny, people would ask if we were related. So maybe there's something there. But
there's not.
I haven't heard that. So what I heard was...
But why would you buy a house and put your kids in a school to film?
Because I think it's going to be temporary. Like a long... Like, I think it's like a year and a half. I don't know, but I heard that they're...
long? What are they going to do? Redo Titanic or something?
I don't know.
I mean, something that...
I think... Or maybe it's like multiple projects that they're doing here in a certain period of time. That's maybe just what I heard was there's some
they're
project.
Be filming another Deadpool. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when you're that
they're
rich,
not going to do another one.
He
of these
owns
movies.
like how many other businesses and like there's so many businesses that he owns and like alcohol. Like he has like a liquor business too, which obviously makes tons of money. So there's just so much that like.
And doesn't she do other stuff?
I think he's worth like $400 million.
Doesn't she do other things? Like, am I making this up? Where she has like something like a jewelry or fashion something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But So anyway, so then that friend was talking about the mommy group who's freaking out and going crazy. Well, then on the real estate Facebook group, somebody anonymously, because you know how you can post anonymously.
That's so weird.
Which makes sense why they did it, because like you
could
get in trouble for it. But they screenshot another realtor, which actually had his name on there, so I could find him. But I guess the closing day was pretty recent, and he posted on closing day, happy closing day, something about champagne problems. Or I guess this isn't champagne, or I'm just having champagne problems, or something basically.
Isn't that a Taylor Swift song?
Yes.
Oh, because they're friends.
They're friends, and
okay.
So it just kind of all tied back to, they found the agent who did work with them, allegedly.
Okay.
And he did post about it, but it was through an LLC. So it's actually like their name's not on anything, which I'm sure he worked with them though. But
he might not have, to be honest.
I bet he did video like.
Well, he had to know who was buying, because for him to, if that's true, and that's why he posted that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is he very well could never have even like met them or interacted with them.
Yeah, or just like one of them. I mean, a lot of times their assistant could have just filmed.
That's what I'm saying.
Like just recorded,
or even like the LLC they buy it under, like they could have people that they have that do this kind of thing for them and go find them how, you know what I mean?
I mean, even people.
Normal people who are like wealthier people do have that, right? It's not like it's that abnormal.
Yeah, I mean, because if you
especially if it's like an investment.
LLC, you can.
And I mean, what they're already aren't they like? I saw somebody posted they're remodeling or something. So
I think they're gonna. Just
but they bought
like
the house that they allegedly bought is in like a very affluent neighborhood in Charlotte.
People are also like already like saying the address and stuff, and it's like obviously, if you're good at researching, everybody can find it, but there's no need to post it. You know
but
what
I'm
I mean?
sure it's like gated or something. It's gonna be. If it's not.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like let people find it on their own.
But I mean, we do.
But I
literally pulled up to Lisa Rinna's almost front door.
But what I'm saying
we've done the same thing.
We would not post it. We are not going to out where they are.
But if nobody posted it, we wouldn't be able to find the people we went to.
But when part of them are agents and stuff, which is like it's just like not
That's
okay,
true.
and it's
we went to
and it's not. This is bad. You shouldn't.
I shouldn't tell people this.
I mean, you already did, but you
I
can
mean,
tell them,
y'all.
just don't do
we
this,
went to like a few years back. We did this big road trip of like the Western United States, basically, and one day we drove the Pacific. What's it called? The Pacific Coast Highway. And we drove down, and then we obviously went to L.A. We had been there before, so we were just kind of like, what are we going to do in L.A.?
Why were we there before?
You know why we were there before. You just want me to say it? You were on a failed MTV reality show? Anyway, you can't even find it, so don't even try looking it up.
I am upset about that.
It was like a one-season wonder, and it was so bad that they aired it at like 3 p.m. on a Monday or something. It was bad. Anyway.
Okay.
What? It was great that you got on the show. I mean, it's just like the show itself, like they didn't do good with it. They didn't promote it.
Weird because it actually had potential to be.
No, I think it did too.
Like the concept was like good because it was a cool very concept. Like fast. We'll talk. That can be another podcast.
Anyway, so I was like, we love y'all. We love the Real Housewives. Well, we don't watch all of them, but we love a few of them, and we love Beverly Hills. So I was like, well, it'd be fun to kind of like look up like the Beverly Hills Housewives addresses because like I know they're definitely out there, right? And we did, and it got kind of wild.
Well, it didn't get wild.
Like
until
I can't remember the first house. Hers was the last house we went to. We went by
one of the last ones.
We went by James Charles's house.
Colleen Ballinger.
We went by Colleen Ballinger's house. This was pre-cancellation.
But theirs was crazy because theirs are like right on the street.
It was like literally, and yeah.
And again, we are not encouraging this behavior.
No, we're not.
Because I don't want people come like. Not saying that anybody has ever.
But y'all, we would never ever like. I would never like stop the car and like get never.
Because people do have like issues.
Yeah, we literally just honestly like looking at houses.
We go on public roads and go by.
God, yeah.
We
drove by and like, oh my God, that's cool. Like, look at her house. Like, look at his house. It's not.
So that weird. Is until. We go to Lisa Rinna's house.
We go to Lisa
Rinna. Freaking GPS tells us to turn down this road, which I would think is a public road.
It was a public road because it had like multiple houses.
It's like an easement,
but it
was a dead end.
It ended
at her gate,
at literally Lisa Rinna's like gate.
And the issue is,
the gate was open though, and we could see like 2 black SUVs.
I was driving, and there's all these like they were kind of like townhomes or
smaller homes.
Well. I think they were like townhome situations or something.
Or like a duplex?
All those, because all those parking garages.
Yeah, there were garages. Yeah.
And it was the smallest little driveway, and there was cars on each side.
Oh my God, y'all!
To where I could not.
We couldn't really turn around.
I couldn't turn around. I had to back down.
And we got there, and then a car
pulled behind us.
And then a black SUV pulls up behind us to like go to Lisa Rinna's house. And so we had to keep going past her gate a little bit. And then they went in, and then we had to like back out, and then it was like, okay, we're not doing this anymore.
That was the craziest situation.
It was funny. I hope Lisa Rinna sees this one day and knows that like I tried to find her house and.
Well, it was just like hers is one that you can't see. You can't get to.
But y'all, she has a great setup. She's like right on the mountain, so like, I mean, and it's clear that she is because like
I mean, while we're already talking about this, who else did we? Dorit.
We drove by Dorit and PK's house.
We didn't go by.
Was it their old house?
Well, it was the one that got broken into. Which honestly makes sense why it did. Like,
it's
y'all, these.
Well, it wasn't like a normal neighborhood.
Me, like when I'm thinking of like when I'm watching Beverly Hills and like I guess like the houses that I show like here. Like really nice neighborhoods are like there's a gate.
It's a little different because
there's either a big gate at the front, or even if there's not a gate, there's like an entrance, a main entrance that only
there's a gate
that only people that live there would be going in.
You can't even get in the neighborhood without a gate, and that's kind of
no. I'm saying like even like if it's a nice neighborhood and doesn't have a gate, it's still like a community to where like you wouldn't be going into that neighborhood unless you like lived there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like obviously there's houses just like on the side of the street too, and like really nice houses. But most of like the neighborhoods are kind of cut off to themselves unless you just own a piece of property and your house is just right off a main road.
Yeah.
Which is a thing too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in my head I was just thinking, oh wow, like these people, they're going to be in like a
gated community,
or like a community that's just more of like
houses back off the road.
Those that it's like harder to like get to.
Not the case, except for Lisa Rinna.
But
hers was very secluded.
Yeah, it was
comparatively.
So that was like a weird.
But like Colleen's house was like literally like
just.
I mean it was like you turned off of the main road and then it was like right there.
Well, because they all lived like in Encino or whatever.
Yeah, Dorit,
Kyle,
James, and Colleen were all in Encino.
Who else did we go by? Oh, we went by Shane Dawson's house.
Oh yeah,
their new one.
We did do that, and we saw the horse.
Yeah. Now theirs was kind of off by itself.
Yeah.
Like it was because it was up that mountain,
and it was like the fires were near there.
I think so.
Because we saw the remnants of that.
Yeah. And again, y'all don't do this, but
I forgot we did
it was fun. I mean, because the thing is, it was harmless. It was just us driving by just to see what we see on TV.
Yeah.
It was like that whole Hollywood thing.
It was. I mean,
you want to see like landmarks
it was funny
of like
because like I remember Dorit's house specifically
didn't look as nice as like.
Well, it was the house is amazing, but like. They don't on TV. They're so smart about what they show and how they show it, and I don't even know if they edit the shots or not. But like her house is in a very normal neighborhood with like brick like
houses that are probably
homes.
Still like $1 million.
Yeah, but
they are
like a brick split level home like that, like a Brady Bunch type house.
2,000 less square footage.
Yeah, and like and it's like her house does stick out like a sore thumb in that neighborhood. But her house it's like right next to like other like it and on TV they almost show it and make it look like it's kind of not. You know what I mean?
I also think like in particular hers funny. Like she's right beside other houses, but I guess her property is pretty long.
Yeah, it's big
because it looks super like small, like her property line and stuff, but then like they have the pool and all that outside area,
and so it's like the house goes out to almost like it's like I mean,
which also makes sense why they're easy to kind of get into.
I guess. Which is
but there's so many houses. How do people just rob?
I know, so many.
But yeah, so we did that. I don't know how we got on that tangent.
I don't know either, but that was an interesting time.
It was fun.
It was really fun. And,
I do know that's
the
not
Lisa
okay
Rinna
to do,
situation was like like the adrenaline was pumping. I remember we were
also,
like,
why is it not okay to do? Because people, you can do both.
Oh, I don't
tours.
think it's so. I mean, I think it is okay. I think what it's not okay to do is like stop and get out of your car. I mean, to me that's weird. But like, I think it is kind of interesting because it's like again, it goes back to that whole celebrity thing of like, you're genuinely curious. Like, what do these like? What does their house actually look like? And I want to see it in person because like I've seen it on this show or like I've seen it in the YouTube videos, all this stuff.
Which I guess like Encino or whatever, it's known, or at the time it was known for like flips. Like people were, a lot of the older houses were just
cheaper,
kind of,
right?
They were selling properties for basically just tearing down and putting up like modern houses. And a lot of them honestly look the same. It was like the same, like that James Charles.
Because all of them, like
actually,
James,
Dorit and James, I think,
same house,
the exact same elevation and
I'm pretty sure it's the same exact house.
Yeah, I do too.
And so but like even Colleen's was like that. Like it's like these houses are like in these neighborhoods with like probably houses that were built in the 60s and 70s, and then
it's what they're doing here. I mean,
it's everything. It's what they're doing everywhere.
Go into like an older neighborhood and you'll just see a random modern house
kind of just sticking out.
That's what Encino was like. I guess that's all that we ever really saw. I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember. I did forget about going to Shane and Rollins though.
But it was like further out, so that's like
it was like near Malibu, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I remember we drove from Malibu through like where he lived.
Maybe.
And then I don't know where we went from there.
I don't know.
I think then we went to Encino, and then we went to Beverly Hills. Because we did go to like Beverly Hills and drive. I remember we drove like down Rodeo and all that crap. Oh, we drove by Sutton's store.
Yeah.
We didn't go, but we wanted to see that.
Because it was also, we were thinking about going to Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Or just heading back to Vegas. So we like didn't really know what
we ended up just going back to Vegas, right? Or did we stay in California?
No, we drove back that day.
Yeah, we did. That night.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
So I think I do kind of wish
because
we'd went
to... we stopped at that hot springs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was like late at night.
Desert.
Okay.
That was a different trip. That was when we went to Death Valley. That was a different trip.
This is all that same trip, babe. We did all that trip. This was our big trip.
Yeah, but Death Valley... No, but...
You're saying not the same day.
Yeah, Death Valley...
Okay, yeah.
Like, we went...
But that is the same trip, but not the same day as that. Yes, okay.
Yeah, because we went back to Vegas, and then we did Death Valley, like, the day, I think, or vice versa.
We started at Death Valley.
No, because Death Valley, we did a loop, and then we came out at that hot spring.
But was Death Valley at the beginning of our trip, or at the end of it? Because we started in Vegas and ended in Vegas, and I think Death Valley might have been at the beginning of the trip.
No, because we did Death Valley and then the hot springs and all in the same day, and then drove back to Vegas that night. It was the same trip.
No.
But it was like one day. We did it while we were in Vegas. So
I understand. What I'm saying is we spent a couple of days in Vegas first, right?
No. We got to Vegas, and then we spent the night at Randall Michaels, and then we left to go on our trip.
Then
we went back to Vegas and stayed a few more days.
Okay.
And one of those days we took and did the Death Valley. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Because I think we invited them if they wanted to go.
Yeah, and they didn't. Yeah, they couldn't. They couldn't get off work or something, or they just didn't want to.
Okay.
And then we did the Death Valley. Like we went to Death Valley. Like
Which was,
I don't know.
We have a vlog on that on this channel actually. And
did we talk in the vlog about going to the hot springs, or did we put that in the vlog?
I think it would be interesting for us to like go back and watch to react to some of the older videos.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
God,
that was, what year was that?
This was our big trip for Otto.
It was 2022.
So it was not that.
Yeah, it was like right before Otto was born.
Because this was like our baby moon.
It was June of 2022. Because it was right after I quit
my
job.
But we did the cruise. We did the cruise.
Because I literally quit my job to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just said, F it and let's do it.
Yeah. Well, I also hated my job, so I was going to quit anyway.
Yeah.
And get a new one.
But I don't know. I feel like that was a good time, though. I don't know how we got off on that tangent.
I don't either.
Oh, Blake finding their house and that kind of stuff. But yeah, so Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, new residents of Charlotte, North Carolina soon, I guess. It also, would this have gotten as much attention if all the drama with her recently, do you think it still would have been as big?
No.
I don't either. I think all the negative drama.
They've been in the...
Just in the
I mean, he had... Deadpool come out.
She had this movie.
And then
she
all
got
the drama.
all the bad press.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been like trending,
Yeah, constantly.
So.
Yeah.
That would be interesting, though, if like. It would be cool for like teachers if their kids do go to their school.
So weird, yeah. That'd be so
like
weird.
if you had to tell them that their kids sucked, and they were awful. But anyways, Brennan Joning, I don't know how long we've been doing this. We didn't get to all of our topics that we wanted to discuss. Was there anything time related?
Yeah, there was.
That we still need to. What was it?
So y'all, the other night we did watch the final night of the DNC, and it was a whirlwind because there was a lot of speculation that Beyonce was going to be there, and then like 2 hours, I don't know, before Kamala was going to speak or whatever, TMZ reports like Beyonce's there, she's going to perform.
Well, because
it
it was
sources
rumors
are saying, and then she did not.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like crazy because I feel like, and then
even like the Daily Mail, like on there, they were
day.
streaming live on TikTok, and it said like Beyonce special appearance coming up next, and it was like.
And I looked like on TMZ the next day at least. I haven't looked since, so I don't know. Maybe they have
Beyonce's.
They never posted anything saying like, "Oops."
TMZ.
Did they?
They did.
Oh, okay.
They said "our bad" or something. They like made a joke out of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they didn't really take accountability, but they.
That sucks.
But yeah, so the only reason that they knew for sure she wasn't doing it is her manager.
Was it actually her manager?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
Who's her manager?
It's her manager or her. It's something. It is somebody that is confirmed.
Is in Beyonce's posse.
Yes, and she wrote a thing. A message real quick on like her story and just said
on Beyonce's?
No, on hers.
Oh, okay.
And just said like
person.
I don't know the name, but I can show it to you. Basically just saying this was never a thing. Like she was never going to be there. This was never planned, so I don't know where this came from.
Of course they did use her song, but
yeah.
Yeah.
That was interesting. But yeah, other than that, I think we have a lot to talk about, but I don't know that we can save it for the next podcast.
Yeah. More topics to cover, but they're not timely, I guess.
I know, I sent you a whole list, and right now I'm like going blank on...
I can look. Let me review.
Because honestly... Because I'm getting a little worried with... Also, our video, if it's recording...
Yeah, the other stuff...
Can I look... Just let me...
The other stuff is not timely.
Oh, yeah. That is definitely not. Yeah.
Just believe me.
Okay. That one thing kind of is.
What?
And I'll just finish off with that.
Which one?
Because that happened... that happened.
Oh, okay. Sure, go ahead.
We'll finish off with just another like quick hot topic that kind of was all over Twitter or X, and just goes back to just people being mean, and just especially like politics and election and stuff, just bringing out the worst in everybody, both sides. This is non party whatever, but in this certain scenario, it definitely was. Just like people going, or especially this one person who was making fun of Waltz's
Tim
son.
Waltz's, yeah.
And he's a 17-year-old boy who, I guess, he obviously
he's a neurodivergent.
But even if he wasn't, like, he got emotional, was crying, like, and was so excited.
He literally just cried and said, "That's my dad."
And then people obviously
came for him, and we're like, "Oh, like what a pains." I mean, basically, that was the.
This is the side, the weak,
oh
the
my
weak
God.
side. This is what America. This is what
like,
you
get
want
it
raising
together.
men. Like, just kind of basically trying to tell you what a man should or shouldn't be, or should you cry, should you not cry,
stupid.
what a man is. But even that, whatever, I don't care. What I want to talk about is just not coming for kids in general. Like anybody that's like 17 or younger, or even if you're older than 17, I feel like if you're 18 or older and you have not put your 2 cents into something, like if your parent is a celebrity or a political figure, and you're not stay doing out of it yourself, you're not putting out like anything, like at all, then nobody has the right to come for you. And if you're 17 or under,
attack you.
They definitely don't. Even if they're saying stuff, they still don't. You don't have a right to come for a minor, and especially say anything awful about anything. No judgment of them whatsoever, because, I mean, they're a child.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's weird.
You can't.
Just don't do that.
It's just nasty behavior. And y'all, I even was telling Brandon this is because, just so you don't think I'm just playing one side, but even like people were coming for Barron Trump back in the day when he was still really underage, and all the rumors about him being like awful or whatever, or how his nannies and stuff just said he was not a great kid to watch, and
but that was
all
recent.
I think back then it was like being said too, though. But even,
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, even if not, like people were making fun of him and his looks and like how awkward he was, and it was
people made fun of. People also were relentless with Obama's kids.
Yes,
Malia and Sasha, and their names.
Yeah, but then one of them getting in trouble like drinking at a party in college, and I'm like, and then I remember
at one point there was like. One of them was like photographed like smoking weed, or
maybe that's what
allegedly smoking weed or something weird.
It's like,
I don't remember. It's like, oh my god, y'all!
And they're kids, and it's just like, and that's the whole thing, that it's just off limits. Their parents, whatever, attack them. It's still stupid. It's still
don't
exhausting.
Just attack people.
But I'm saying, like, if you're running for office or something,
I mean, you shouldn't bully people regardless.
But if you're running for office or something like that,
you end up criticize people.
It's fair game, but their kids never is it okay.
Yeah. Anyway, well, what a way to end.
Yeah.
What a happy topic.
But that was just one of the things that can't go over, because then that's kind of have happened too long ago.
Yeah.
So, end of the story.
Be
nice. It's getting late. Can you see the moon?
Moral of the story.
End of the story. Oh, yeah.
Why did I say end of the story? I don't know why you said that.
End of the story. I just meant to cut it off. We were done.
Yeah.
Moral of the story.
All right, y'all.
Nice.
Thanks for listening and or watching.
Moral of the story.
Yeah.
Be a good person.
Be nice to people, y'all.
Also, if you get this Trisha Paytas blanket,
it sheds.
It sheds really,
really bad.
So maybe wash it first.
I don't even know if. I mean, I'd be nervous to even wash it. I mean, look at that. It's almost too fuzzy.
Oh.
It's floating.
My gosh.
Anyway.
Okay.
Thank y'all for listening and watching, and catch us next time.
Who knows when it'll be. Love y'all.
See ya.
Bye-bye.